Okay, hello Cloud Gurus, and welcome to this Challenge Lab for pushing just a little bit beyond what we've learned so far about VPCs. So let me explain what it is that I want you to accomplish. I want you to build a two-tier setup with a front end and a back end that each auto-scale across at least two availability zones. Now, because I care more about networking for this Challenge Lab and not so much about instance setup, I'm saying that you should use ICMP or ping to represent the allowed traffic. Of course, in the real world, you would use other protocols and ports, like TCP on port 80 or 443 for web traffic, or port 3306 to access MySQL. Now, for your front-end tier, I want it to be able to accept incoming requests from the internet, meaning you should be able to ping those instances. And I want it to be able to connect outbound to the internet and also connect to the back end. The back end, however, should not accept incoming requests from the internet. It should only accept those incoming requests from the front end or from other back end instances. And because we want to lock this down, we want to say that the back end does not connect out to the internet. We'll have different ways of making sure that those instances are all up to date with patches and whatnot. Now, as you configure all of this, I want you to set up all the firewall rules in the VPC to be based on service accounts and not network tags. Well, except for that OpenSSH tag anyway. You will definitely want to use that tag so that you can test making connections from the different instances. Now, I sure hope that this seems very familiar to you, because we really already did most of this challenge lab in the previous lab. You can go ahead and just keep building on that. Now, in terms of making sure that you've done what you're supposed to here, I'll note that you should be able to ping the front-end instances from Cloud Shell, but you should not be able to ping the back-end instances from there. When you've SSH'd into a front-end instance, you should be able to ping the back-end instances and google.com. But when you've SSH'd into a back-end instance, you should not be able to ping the front-end instances, you should not be able to ping google.com, but you should be able to ping other back-end instances. Now, a few tips for you. Don't forget to clean up after yourself, either when you've finished for the day or when you're done completely with this challenge lab. If you're done for just a little bit, you can disable the auto-scaling and set the number of instances to 0. And when you're done with everything, you could just delete the project. Another tip is that you can ask and answer questions on the course discussion forum. It's definitely a valuable resource for your learning. And don't feel restricted by what I've described here. You can definitely push further than this. And hey, why not challenge your peers too, right? Maybe make a forum post to challenge other people to replicate what you've done. Maybe you've set some things up to do cross-region, or maybe even peered VPCs. Of course, those are just some of my ideas, and I'd be really interested to hear what you come up with. Well, all right, when you're done with all of this, I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you.